Comedy is all about timing. You learn when to deliver the punchline, when to pause, when to read the room. But some jokes, some laughs, they last too long. And sometimes they don't stop at all. I started doing stand-up in small bars around Tokyo. The pay was garbage, the crowds unpredictable, but when a joke hit, when you got that wave of laughter rolling, it was electric. That's how I met Kaido. He was a veteran comic, always wearing a faded suit, eyes hidden behind dark sunglasses. He never bombed, never slipped up. His shows were packed, but the weird thing was no one seemed to remember his jokes. Just that they laughed. And they kept laughing. I didn't believe it at first. Then I went to one of his shows. And I saw it myself. The venue was dim, a smoky little club tucked away in Shinjuku. I found a seat near the back and watched. Kaido stepped onto the stage. He didn't even say a word. And the audience started laughing. Not just chuckling, full-blown, uncontrollable hysteria. Some people fell out of their chairs, clutching their sides. Others slapped the tables, their faces red. I waited for the joke. The punchline. But Kaido just stood there, smiling. The laughter grew louder. I watched as a woman in the front row gasped for air, her hands shaking. A man at the bar pounded the counter, crying between his shrieks. Someone collapsed. And still Kaido just smiled. I left before I could see how it ended. After that, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I tracked him down at a dingy ramen shop a few nights later. He was alone, stirring his noodles, his sunglasses reflecting the neon lights. "How do you do it?" I asked. Kaido didn't look up. He just chuckled. "The secret to comedy is commitment." Then he lifted his sunglasses. And I saw them. His eyes, or where they should have been. Instead, there were only deep, black voids, swirling with something that moved. And I laughed. It bubbled up my throat, spilling out before I could stop it. Kaido grinned. I clamped my hands over my mouth, but it didn't stop. My body shook, my ribs burned. And Kaido whispered, "You're up next." The next night I was on stage. I don't remember walking there. I don't remember agreeing to anything. But there I was, under the spotlight. The audience stared, their faces expectant. I opened my mouth, and they started laughing. It spread like a virus. People doubled over, their voices echoing through the club. A man in the front row coughed up blood, but his mouth was still stretched into a grin. Someone fell off their chair, convulsing. And I couldn't move. I was stuck. I felt my lips curve into a smile. And then, Kaido, standing in the shadows, whispered, "Keep going." So I did. And the laughter never stopped.